And you know what NDA got lifted?
Ooh,
Marathon. Alrighty. Going live. Ready? On TikTok. Hello, everyone that's here. If you're here, welcome. Tickfinity is connected.
Oh yeah.
We are live on TikTok. We are live on YouTube and Twitch. Hello, Maple Dash. How are you today? Welcome
Beautiful.
on
Hi,
in.
welcome to the party.
Here, I'll move this farther away from Darby so it doesn't yell at you.
I'm hoping that this comes out loud.
It will absolutely not. It's still going to yell at us.
Perfect. Move this guy.
Hello,
Right
Amazon
back
Night
there.
Creations and Maple Dash.
Beautiful.
Welcome to the party, everyone. Jonathan the Great, welcome on in. Dirty Poison's here.
I'm really liking how this is coming together.
Yeah, it's looking great.
Beautiful. All right.
Doing good today. Cannot complain, Maple Dash. Very chill day.
Ooh.
Getting a lot done.
You know what? I need some polyfill. Can you grab me the box of polyfill?
Yeah.
I have bags.
Or it's the bag. It's the bag. It's back there. It's the big bag. My bad. Hello. Welcome to the party.
Is that one open?
Yeah.
They are, but I just wanted to double check.
All right.
We only 3 opens.
Hello.
You opened that one. I already have one on here.
Hello. Welcome to the party, Jamie. Welcome to the party, Leo and Black
Are you
Rose
using these?
Girl. Hello. It's so nice of you guys.
If you need it to snip anything or anything, just let me know.
It is a very sunny Wednesday afternoon. It's been a very busy day for us in the office today.
Very busy. Live on YouTube.
Yo! Welcome to the party, Archer. Welcome to the party, The Witch, with sparkle emojis on the outside.
Do you guys offer arm sleeves with attached paws?
We could probably do that for like a client commissioning larger suit, but at the moment that's not something we offer. We also don't offer like custom hand paws right now.
Should be fine. I'm gonna try to finish my fursuit head today. I'm so excited. I used a canine base from you guys.
Ooh, that's
Hope you're
pretty cool.
enjoying it.
We definitely love seeing completed items that utilize any of our patterns or head bases.
And it begins. Darby's coughing again.
All day, and then I get on live.
Okay, one. We don't have any current plans to open commissions right now. Maybe down the line, but we're actually, after we finish this round, commission's going to take a little break for a while and focus on pre-mades and learning some fun new skills. We're also going to work on like an educational series, which is pretty exciting. Love to catch the live. Been following for more than a year on Insta. Oh, thank you so much. We super appreciate it. Ooh, this tail is for this dog here. We've got a bunch of different tails for a bunch of different little back burner projects that we're working on that needed to be stuffed and sewn up today. And I was in the mood to sew up some, to do some hand sewing because it's been a little bit.
Do you have any tips for quad suits?
Oh God, no. I've never made a quad suit. That is so outside of my realm of expertise. Very cool stuff. Totally not my wheelhouse. Oh, the witch, thank you so much. I really appreciate the gifts. Oh, gotta go already? That's okay. No worries. Everybody's got stuff going on in their world. Thanks for stopping by, though. I make my eyes with sublimation because of your videos, and local use them on most new suits. That's so cool. Sublimation is a super fun tool. I'm really glad that it's taken the furry fandom by storm in the realm of like fursuit eyes and all sorts of different stuff. People are starting to use it more on like fabrics to bring in cool patterns. It's pretty neat. Ah, trying to flip this baby right side out. Come on, you can do it. I can't stay, but every time I see y'all streams, your suits always look awesome. I wanted to say thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. Ah. Come on. Flip. I think this hole was like slightly too small. Have you made an avian suit? I have not. I have not. Have you used it on Minky? Yeah, if you're talking about sublimation, we have utilized sublimation on Mochi Minky before. It's been a while though.
What do you recommend to mark white Minky with?
Probably just any sort of washable marker. We got a huge brand or a huge box of like off-brand like Crayola washable like markers, and we use those for pretty much everything in the office. The downside is they do get on your hands, but thankfully they wash out of like material really, really easily. And so when we're done working on a piece, we can just throw it in the washing machine and it'll clean up right, like really, really nice.
Might be a few that I missed on the claw markings and filling them in, but not all of them are going to need claws. So we're good.
Look at that. That is so beautiful.
If you're wondering, why do some of these have markings and some don't?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's on me.
I will ask. I'll probably ask you. I'll forget.
And thankfully, that's a solvable problem.
I thought it would have stretched badly, sub-dyed Mochi Minky. Honestly, that's not something that we experience, but for what we were using it for, it wouldn't be in a place that it stretches a whole lot anyways. But since the pile is so short, you know, we found that even when it did stretch, that it didn't like really negatively affect the print or the pattern. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of people. I know some people who sub-dye like Mochi Minky for hand paws and it looks really, really good. We ended up using it for some feathers, I think, on a Dutch Angel Dragon suit. Furry? Yeah. Yo, thank you so for the heart puffs, Miss Crystal. I think that was for Miss Crystal. Yeah, thank you so much. What is a furry? That's a really great question. So furry is a really, really broad term, and there's lots of different people that participate in like the furry fandom in a variety of different ways. Fundamentally, furry is an enjoyment of anthropomorphic animals, and anthropomorphic just means a non-human thing given human-like characteristics, right? So think of Thomas the Train or the Brave Little Toaster. It's like those things are non-human, but they're given human characteristics like talking and like facial expressions and eyes and mouth and all that stuff. With furry, that is specifically applied to animals. And so animals that like walk on two legs or speak, you know, all of these different things that would normally be attributed to humans that are applied to animals. This is really commonly seen in like Disney movies and stuff. So at its very, very base, furries are people who have an enjoyment of anthropomorphic animals. Some furries some furries have their own fursona. Most furries, I would say, have their own fursona, but not all of them. A fursona is something that is like a personal character that someone has. They can either design it and like draw it themselves and make it up themselves, or they can like purchase a pre-made design from someone else. And they use this character or this fursona to represent themselves within the community. Think of it like an avatar in a way. So most furries have a fursona. The vast majority of furries do not have a fursuit. They're very, very expensive items, and not everybody even wants a fursuit because they can be very hot and smuggy and uncomfortable. But yeah, beyond that, there's some people that have their own fursona and just like buy artwork. There's definitely the people who produce the artwork. That is what I am, and what my company does is we cater to the furry community by producing like fursuits and different stuff to help people make their own fursuits and all that jazz. But yeah, no, furries are a diverse, funky, cool group of people. Have you seen a bug furry? They're so cool. I have seen a handful of bug furries. I like them a lot.
Really like the last moth we ran into.
Yeah, we ran into a really cool moth. What was that, in Chicago?
I believe so, yeah.
Do most people in the fandom tend to buy pre-mades, or is it more often for people to get customs? Honestly, it's really, really split. I think obviously we produce a lot of pre-mades and our pre-mades sell very consistently. I think plenty of people will buy pre-mades, but there's also a very large chunk of the community that do want a suit of their personal character. A lot of the people that end up buying pre-mades either like don't yet have a character and want one that they feel connected or attached to, or simply they just like the design, you know? So it's definitely a split. I wouldn't say it's more so in one way or the other. If you guys have any questions in regards to pricing, I would recommend heading over to our website. It's going to be spiltgrapesoda.com, and we have a price guide there that gives you a bunch of information and details in regards to like different items that we have at different price points. And then we also have a price calculator on our website, which is a super handy way to kind of plug in the details of your character, and we can help get an estimate to you.
And it's pretty fun to use. It's a neat little website.
I gotta get my water. Do you guys do deer? Absolutely. We love deer.
Thinking about creating a species, but the problem is that the current design would be horrible to make into a suit. Very cute, but it would be a nightmare to create. If you want to turn your design into a suit, definitely take into consideration the difficulty of transferring it from like a 2D design over into a 3-dimensional, full functioning suit that can be done.
Wow. I really like this tail. That is so simple and so cute. I dig it. It's hard to tell on camera, but it's like the top piece is black and then it goes into charcoal. That is so sleek. I'm digging on that. What are your coworkers doing? That's a great question. Right now, Dylan is in the process of cutting out a shit ton of toes for feet and paws.
A lot of toes.
Darby is working on assembling hand paws. And then Lauren is sewing up the toes that Dylan is cutting out.
They are moving. Yeah, don't worry, sewer person. We also have no expertise in quad suits, so we feel you on that.
How much is this commission? So none of the stuff that we are working on at this point in time in the stream is commission work. The head in the background is going to be a pre-made suit for an upcoming convention, and then these tails that we're working on are also for pre-made suits. Wow.
Just landed on the stream for the first time. How things going? Hello, Supercar Kid. It's doing good today. Beautiful sunny day in Washington. And getting a lot of stuff done.
Hell yeah. It's felt like a very productive Wednesday.
Feels like it's going quite quick today, too.
Right? I felt like it's definitely zoomed. Do you guys still use an eco-tank? I was worried it would be too unreliable and bought a F-170. Yeah, no, we use an eco-tank. It's a little workhorse of a machine. All of our printers in the office are little eco-tanks, and they work great. I like that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That looks great. I'm really happy with that. Sick. I'll set that aside. I'll get these other ones stuffed, and then I'll sew them all up together. Yo, Sheep, thank you so much for the rose. We really appreciate it. Ooh, I just finished my first ever hidden belt loop. That's pretty cool. What's the sound in the background? It could be a variety of things. There's a lot of things going on in the background. It is more likely than not our embroidery machine.
Got multiple machines running. We got scissors cutting. We got music playing.
Busy day.
Yeah, could be plenty. Can I hear us over the background music? I'll turn that down a bit for you.
Oh yeah, no problem.
How is
Do you
audio
guys have
sounding to everyone
any
else?
recommendations for kimono mimi sellers on Etsy that any I should look out for? I have not bought a kimono mimi suit or anything like that ever. So no, I have no idea. Just read reviews. That's my best recommendation. How does one start or get into a studio like that? That's a really great question. Everybody else just like applied on like Indeed, and I kind of made this studio on accident. I just wanted to like make arts and crafts, and then it got out of control. And now I'm an employer.
Did you ask Sarah if they would recommend using a shaving razor over a pet trimmer for facial features?
I use exclusively a pet trimmer. Do you guys ever sell templates of bases or tails like poof suits? Absolutely. We have so many different patterns for so many different things. We also sell head bases that are cast and gorgeous. Dylan does such a great job on them. We have all kinds of DIY stuff on our online stores. What little goodies do you like to send with your commissions? Trying to get ideas. We send a couple of different types of brushes. We send a fursuit spray. We send a like laminated care guide that's like obnoxiously detailed. We send a swatch sheet. I'm sure we send other stuff. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
If anybody is watching over on TikTok right now, you could come watch over on YouTube and Twitch with a better view, probably an easier chance of getting your questions answered, and even if you don't directly answer them vocally on the stream, I've been typing back and forth with some people in chat. I will do my best to help out with that as well. I'll be Spill Grape Soda on YouTube and Twitch.
Oh yeah.
So.
Go check us out. You get a
Very
bigger, wider view of the office. You see some more stuff. How much are your commissions for 13 to 15-year-olds? Oh no. And do you even make them for teens? So unfortunately, we will only do custom work for people who are 18 or older. If you are a minor that would like a suit from us, we will sell pre-made suits to minors through their parents. I will not work directly with a minor. I need to be able to speak and do business directly with the parent or adult. But yeah, we don't do custom work for children, unfortunately. But if your parent is interested in purchasing a pre-made for you, that is an option.
You have a 16-second latency lag? Where are you?
Oh no. Why do you not use magnets for the eyes and eyelids? Won't Velcro and glue wear out? That's a really, really good question. Different makers prefer different things. I've definitely gone the magnet route. I've also gone the Velcro route. And I have found that I just don't like how Velcro eyelids look on a head. You have to make the Velcro eyelids, they have to be thicker in order to compensate for the magnet being inside the eyelid. And I often find that thickness can kind of make it look frumpy and weird in a way that I'm just not a fan of. I like when my eyelids are more sleek and form-fitting to the head. I think the other benefit from Velcro to magnets is the fact that you can do a lot of adjustment with placement of the eyelids, whereas with magnets, it's kind of you just place them where the magnets are. And generally, with wearing out over time, it's more so connected to the quality of felt that you use, and higher quality of felt just won't wear out to the same degree. Do you do full body suits? We do. We do. Do you do other characters than wolves? We do, but with pre-made suits, dogs sell better than any other animal. And if I have to put in the same amount of time and effort to make a dog as I would to make a cat, and a cat will sell for less money and I'll have more trouble selling it, then alas, we must make the dogs for the good of the company. But for commissioned work, we do all sorts of creatures. On our list right now, I've got 2 dogs for commission work, and then I have a snow leopard and a poodoo, which is a teeny tiny little deer-like animal. They're so cute.
What pile length do you recommend for canine tails?
Oh gosh, I don't have an answer for you that is the absolute answer. Generally, it is just follow your own heart. Do what you think looks best for you. I have literally every pile length of a canine tail on the table in front of me. I've got an all Luxsheg tail here. I have a teddy on top, Floteki on bottom here. And then I've got fox, and then I think monster on the bottom and monster on the top. And so it's I've got all sorts of links here. It's about using and choosing fur that you think would best articulate the look that you're going for with your current project. And more specifically, think about the type of dog that you're trying to make, and look at is it long hair? Is it short hair? And kind of work from there. How often should you wash your fursuit? I recommend treating it like workout gear, because in many ways it is. Especially if you have a full bodysuit, you're getting stank in there. That's gross. You should absolutely wash your suit after any large outing. Do you do backflips? Please say yes. Alas, no. Is it easy to get mold? I've heard of some people's suit kind of getting a little moldy, a little nasty. I think if like you made an effort to get mold in your suit, you could get mold. You know, it's like the way to do that is washing it or like sweating profusely in it and then putting it away without letting it like air out or dry out. But generally, if you are smart about your shit and you let yourself or let your suit like dry before storing it, right? Don't put it like moist in a fucking plastic tub or tucked into a back of a closet. That's dumb. Your shit's gonna mold. But most generally, if you're just smart about how you take care of your item, there's really nothing to worry about. If you're living in a like place where there's some concerns in regards to like high humidity, I definitely would recommend utilizing like fans and stuff to dry your suit rather than just letting them air dry. How can you start out making fursuits for others? By starting making them for yourself and for your friends and posting about your work online. I always recommend starting this as a hobby, and if it becomes a job, awesome, cool, rock on, but let it transform into that naturally. Start it like because you love it. Start doing it because you love it and because you have fun with it. And if people want to get work from you, people want to get work from you. But yeah, just posting yourself online, put yourself out there, and making personal work, I think, first for you and your friends. Do you work at Hooters or just got the shirt somewhere? No, I do not work at Hooters. I actually got this shirt. It is the Clearwater Hooters shirt, and it says it's in tiny text here, but it says the original. I briefly lived in Florida, and we were driving to like the aquarium, and it was my friend and I, and we drove past to Hooters, and my friend just randomly was like, "Oh yeah, that was like the first Hooters they built. That was the first one. That's the original Hooters." I'm like, it's the original Hooters. Why aren't we stopping at the original Hooters? So we went to the aquarium, and on our way back, we stopped at the Hooters, and I got a cute little tank top.
I could have sworn that was one of my old work shirts, dude. Who would have guessed?
Whoop.
What up, Tiny?
Tiny. I miss you, Tiny.
I also miss you, Tiny.
Right? I feel like our schedules just have been misaligned with your classes and stuff. And I miss you, and I need you to know that I miss you.
Yeah, why are you doing school? You could be gaming.
You should do school. Don't listen to Dylan.
Although you should download the finals. That's been pretty fun lately. So. Miss you guys too. So real. Thanks. I'll just go that.
Did your tattoos hurt? Yes, absolutely. You are getting repeatedly stabbed. They definitely hurt. There is definitely places on your body that hurt like worse than other places, and I also have like a weirdly high pain tolerance, so take everything I say with like a grain of salt. But generally, if you are tattooing over like bone or places where there's like not a lot of fat, places where it's gonna like intersect with like tendons that are really close to the top of your skin, that's not fun. So like my wrist was really like deeply pleasant, and then like, is this called, do they still call this your weenus?
I thought that was your weenus.
Which one's the weenus?
The outside. This is the weenus.
The opposite weenus. That hurts. That was a bitch. I was told that getting it on top of my elbow would hurt, but that one didn't for me, like at all. But I've always been told that it hurts. I think, gosh,
Collarbones are really rough.
I've got one on my ankle. That fucking hurt, because it was right on my ankle bone. And then I have a silly one on my booty, and that one did not hurt. And then I've got one on my back shoulder. I think my left shoulder. Is it on my back? Is my left or right shoulder?
I can't see it right now.
Where is it?
It's gone. No, it's on your left shoulder.
It's on my left shoulder. I'm like, where did I put that? And that one didn't hurt so much either.
Dude, I think it like got rubbed off or something. It fell off.
It's gone
in the
forever.
shower.
My tooth fell off.
I got my first and only little baby tattoo. I was so scared that it could like get smeared for like the first 6 months and was terrified to touch it.
That's so funny. I'm so excited. This tail is so fun.
Hi, I'm on YouTube now. Where would you recommend for more colors of monster fur?
Big Z is got those options. Alas, the poodoo is up on a shelf. I cannot get it down for you right now. Got all patterned though. He's got all of his duct tape and all of his design drawn on. He's looking really cute.
Ooh, Tiny, we should get tattoos when you visit.
You getting matching tattoos?
Yeah.
I bet.
We'll each get tattoos of what, we picture the other to look like before we knew, Which you were a big, strong man, so don't worry.
How many hours go into making a suit? That's a really, really good question. So generally for a partial suit, which includes a head, hand paws, and a tail from us, depending on the design, it takes anywhere from like 250 to 300 like laboring hours. Don't fall over.
Tattoo of a sewing needle and thread? That'd be cool.
I want to get, like, as one of my next tattoos on the other side of my arm from my quill, I want to get scissors and like thread.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I feel like all the spots that my tattoos that would be like really visible, like my calves or my arms or stuff like that, I want really expensive tattoos for those. I got big ideas for those. So I'm just gonna maybe pick like one of my arms that I'll just throw a bunch of random cool stuff on. Then I can go get little cheap tattoos with friends.
I dig that. Ah. This fur works so great for mohawks, but it is so fucking wispy. It just gets in my way. Ah.
Ooh, yeah. Tattoos of each other's faces and signatures in detail. That's great, dude.
Social security number.
Yeah,
birthday.
Want to hit me with the
credit card.
3 little funny numbers on the back of your credit card?
That's such a great twin tattoo. Wow.
Ooh, Tiny, I also got Repo. We can play that.
I want to like watch you guys play Repo. That is the desire.
It's a lot of fun. But man, does that game have so much like funky motion with the camera and like filters on it. And the second I turned it on, I was like, whoa, this is rough for me.
Yeah,
Sarah cannot play
I cannot
this.
play Repo. It makes me very sad. That long orange, what is it and where did you get it? I got it from Big Z Fabric. It is their orange gorilla. I had to like catch my swatches. I'm like, is it gorilla or is it Mongolian? I'm pretty darn sure it's their orange gorilla. What's this? We are making fursuits. I love this. It is so cute. needed some smooth brain stuff today. I've been big braining all week, and I needed some relaxed stuff. So I'm doing tails today. What is a fursuit and what do you use it for? That's a really, really good question. So a fursuit is a animal costume that people wear, and really think of it no different than like cosplay. Like if someone buys like a Batman costume and goes to like Comic-Con, it's very, very similar to that, but instead of like a costume of an existing character from a piece of media, oftentimes, and not always, there's exceptions to every rule, oftentimes fursuits are of people's original characters that they call fursuas. And fursuas are like animal characters that like people use to like represent themselves in the furry community. And so yeah, people will get costumes of said animal characters and just wear them for fun, like cosplay. I think I breathed in fur into my nose just a little bit.
Yeah, every now and then.
I am so excited for these suits. They're gonna be so cute when they're done. I think I might come in on Saturday
Have a good one.
and get one on some work.
Thanks for stopping by. Maple Dash is wondering, where's your face covering?
Huh?
Like a mask for not breathing in fur?
Oh, I wear
Yeah.
a mask when I like shave fur and the particles are like really tiny. But generally when I'm just like working around the office and dealing with fur like this, I just like breathe it and it gets caught in the front of my nose and it's just annoying.
We do have like a good amount of like air purifiers running and stuff like that. So
we got a bunch of little air purifiers in the office, got a bunch of stuff to kind of subvert potential fuzz factory issues.
have a good one, Kairu. Hope you feel better. Oh, shout out to the Twitch bots coming in.
The Twitch bots.
What up, what up?
Jorn Bovens, Christ emoji, lemon emoji, says, L life. Your name is Jorn. That's so rough for you. Dude, I love your suits. Thank you. I love making them. What a pair we make. Someone says, is that Charlie next to you? And I have no idea who you mean, but I'm going to say Charlie
Might as well
D'Amelio.
be. Yeah,
that's Charlie D'Amelio.
I've been told I look like Charlie a lot, bro. Don't worry.
Charlie who?
Welcome back
Not
to another YouTube
D'Amelio?
video, guys.
Oh, not D'Amelio.
No.
I don't know any Charlies.
What? How do you not? Moist Critical?
Oh my god, is that Moist Critical?
Yeah, Charlie, Moist Critical,
I
Penguin
don't know
Zero, a man of many
their
names.
made-up names.
Yeah.
I only know
Charlie's
their real
the fake
names.
name.
Moist Critical.
Moist is his first name.
Moist last name Critical.
Sir Critical is my father.
All of our headband ears that we're wearing are made by Anthro Aesthetics. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Shout out to them. They have a Twitter. They have a Etsy. They occasionally do restocks on their Etsy store, but more often than not, they are prepping to bring a bunch of fun ears to conventions, and that's where we get all of ours.
Do you want me to get this ready for you?
Could ya?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm so happy that little spool of orange survived. That's
It did.
unbelievable.
I was watching it. I was like,
That's
please,
crazy.
please, please, please.
Cadenza's in chat. Hi, Cadenza. Nice to see you. Itchy fur.
Just Jaden says hello in German.
Hello in
Just
German.
Jaden.
Guten Tag.
As a normie, the furry anthropomorphic costumes, fursuits I believe they're called, look interesting and cute. I heard that the furry community is friendly and chill in general, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's a pretty chill place. It's a pretty chill spot. A lot of good people I've met through the furry community, a lot of talented people. It'd be a lot of fun.
No, like genuinely, I feel like I'm a little biased because obviously, like, this is my full-time job, and I have been a furry for like many, many years now. But it's like if I had to go back in time and like I still have the opportunity to have a creative company that caters to some sort of fandom. If I had to go back in time and like make the decision again to cater to like any fandom, I would choose furry again. The furries are so cool, man. They're like so fucking nice. They're the most like sweet, kind, like generous, wonderful fucking like group of like people in a fandom space that I have ever had the pleasure of being able to spend time around. And I feel like I've spent a lot of time in a lot of like very, very different fandom spaces. So I feel confident with my assertion. Have you ever made shark tails? I have not, but that is really super duper on my list. I really want to make a shark tail.
Yeah, drama can be annoying, but remember, there's drama in every community.
Right?
Always. Like, drama's just unescapable. Some people never really get past high school, so like,
you know,
they
and it's
keep
like,
it with them.
I think that's the thing, because I do hear that a lot of like, ugh, I'm a furry and I don't want to call myself or participate in furry because there's just so much drama. And it's like, there's drama anywhere you go, babe. You want to go to a normal 9-to-5 job? There's drama there. There's workplace drama. There's annoying grocery store drama. There's drama on the road. Every fandom, there's going to be drama. And I think with furry in particular, I think furries have like disproportionately big hearts. I think furries are like more often than not like really fucking kind people that care deeply about the people around them and preserving good and standing up for the little guy and all of those big important things. And so I think, unfortunately, a symptom of that very, very good thing is furries find it very, very important to bring to light like unsavory people in the community, to functionally oust them and be like, this bitch, right? And so I think maybe that's why it may feel as though there is more funkiness, more drama, more weird shit within furry, is because furries just care very deeply about preserving the good in their spaces. And unfortunately, sometimes that can manifest and be good. And it can become like, you know what, this is important and this did need to be said. But that can also manifest and be not good, where people take their petty personal grievances that shouldn't be posted on the internet to the internet. And that's dumb, right? So it can definitely like come in different ways. But I think the reason that there is such a prevalence is because furries care. I think there's a very proportional level of shit in all different communities. Furries just care deeply about like forcing those people out. Cadenza asks, how is the pink organism right now? I'm so close to finalizing his paper patterning stuff, but having a live stream where I just like slowly draw on paper would be really boring for the average viewer. But that's what I've been working on pretty much all morning, is transferring the duct tape pieces over to paper. It's kind of hard to see because this one's not all the way done. But I was working on, before we got on stream, with the white pieces on ya face. And particularly dealing with that front muzzle piece that we were working on, that we want to embroider the muzzle spots on. So because we need to embroider on like solid fabric to get the muzzle spots in the place that we want them, I have to cut a bunch of like fuck ass, weird ass goddamn darts. And so I'm normally able to like flatten this baby out with like a couple very nicely placed darts. But because we have to leave space and not intercept your little muzzle spots, I've had to make a bunch of tiny little darts. And so that took me a while to figure out exactly the best place to put those. But yeah, no, I got most of the other pieces done. This is one of the last pieces, and then I just have a small section on the top of the head where I need to go through and pattern out little kind of rosette-y shapes on paper. And then once that's done, both you and Raham will have your pieces ready to rock and roll and all cut out, and we are going to probably move into that like tomorrow. Maybe. I feel like that feels right in my heart. Tomorrow's going to be a little crazy though. But I can also work on designing this once I get this baby all scanned in and looking right, and I can design it on my iPad and then bring it into the embroidery program and all that fun stuff. And then before we can start cutting out pieces, I need to bust out the light box that I have and transfer all of those handy dandy little pattern markings onto the reverse side of the pattern so that we can put them on both sides, and both flipped sides of the pattern pieces can be properly marked.
Who made your ears?
Anthroaesthetics made our ears. Yeah. It's feeling good, feeling good. All right. Are you a furry? So I'm a furry, and one of my other employees is a furry, but actually most of my employees are not furries. They probably participate in the furry fandom like more than any other non-furry ever. This one is so cute. Do you have a website? We do. It is spiltgrapesoda.com. All right. Hey, Darby, can you pass me the hand sewing thread, please, so I can sew some things up? Wah. I believe that to be the machine sewing one.
He feels pretty thick.
Okay, maybe not. It's hard to tell from a distance.
The big black one on the bottom. The hand sewing. Thank you.
There's weird people everywhere, but the furry fandom for me as a kid was my safest place. I'm so glad that you had that. That's so awesome. Thank you.
Do you want this?
Can I also have a tiny pair of scissors and that tail? I will sew that baby up too.
Good enough?
Perfect. I just need to be able to nip some threads.
There you go.
Gorge. Thanks. Ah! I don't want to hide the pretty suit in the background. What do your employees do, if you don't mind me asking? It's awesome. No, I'm glad that you asked. So my employees do a variety of different tasks. They do a lot of like cutting out pattern pieces. Some of them do some sewing. Lauren and Darby in the background are our sewing people. Hi, Darby. They will do stuff like assemble like toes and feet paws and hand paws and tails and stuff like that. And then Dylan is the master of the head bases, and so Dylan works with like head bases and stuff and will cast the foam needed to make our head bases. And so Dylan handles that. Dylan also does like the techie stuff where he edits all of our YouTube videos and deals with things on the internet. And then what else do you guys do here?
I sublimate eyes.
Darby sublimates all of the eye mesh in the office, which is super sick.
I make smellies.
And makes yummy, yummy fursuit spray.
Yeah, it's, you know, we all have like the very standard stuff that all of us can do, like cutting out 80 toes, for example. And it's like, yeah, all of us can do like the little parts on trying to help with the crafting of the suits and everything, but we also all have very particular stuff we do. Like Sarah was saying, edit a lot of the YouTube videos, handle a lot of the online stuff, pack Etsy orders. I travel to conventions. Yeah, and handle. And I got to deal with this guy all day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's that.
Yeah, and then my role in the office is primarily to work on like heads, because those are very, very like specific and detail oriented. So a lot of like the assembly and the detail work on heads is what I'll handle. And then I also am the person who like designs patterns and does all that. And like I do everything, but those are the things that particularly I like only do are the heads and the patterns.
Yeah, it's been really nice with the team, you know, all having some time here, finding the stuff that everyone's good at, and then just kind of moving into doing those things. It's been really nice.
Yeah. Price for a fursuit. That is a great question that off the top of my head, I don't remember the answer to. I know for sure that our heads start at 5,000 USD and go up with the complexity of the project. And then our Digigrade full suits start at 10,000 USD and go up with the complexity of the project. There's intricacies beyond that I do not remember off the top of my head, but we do have a website with a price guide. It's going to be at spiltgrapesoda.com. I love your Dionysus suit spray so much. It smells so good. We also really like Dionysus. It was so fun designing all of those like god and goddess themed sprays.
Yeah. Fursuit spray is just pretty fun in general.
What is the average turnaround time for a full suit, I think is what the intention was there. Generally, our turnaround time for custom work is like about a year. We take on very, very few projects at a time, and we kind of slow burn work on them over the course of about a year. We're not planning any upcoming openings. However, once we knock out our current queue of folks, we are going to do a little bit of a pivot and work on some educational content and work on pre-mades and learning some new skills and all that good stuff. And then we will reapproach pre-mades or reapproach custom work at a later time. But yeah, no, we're just kind of like messing around and seeing like what we like and what we want to do and learn new stuff. But yeah, so no ETA for a custom suit opening at this time, but definitely keep your eyes peeled for fun pre-mades from us. We also intend to do a lot of traveling.
Any idea what the next Fursuit University class is going to be?
Hang on, one sec. Yeah, so our next class is actually being held this Friday. The time got away from us this week, and we didn't end up actually posting a raffle for it, and I'm super bummed about that, but sometimes it'd be that way. This class will take place at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Zoom. And this class is going to be covering how to pattern, design, and like apply eyeliner, as well as how to pattern, design, and build eyelids. And we're going to talk about a couple different ways to do both. We're going to go over how to do Velcro eyelids, how to do magnetic eyelids, and the pros and the cons for both of those items. Yeah, no, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I finished writing the slideshow last night. All I have to do now is go through and add relevant pictures and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. It should be a blast with a lot of really solid information.
Won't be able to tune in for the whole stream, just popping in to say hi. Thank you, Pine for Thought. Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Perfect. Do you ever public suit? I used to when I had far more time on my hands, but lately I have been very, very busy. And public suiting is unfortunately not one of the things that I have had time to do, which bums me out. And it's double tough because if I do want a public suit, I need to coordinate that with my partner, because in recent years, I've definitely had some scarier moments public suiting where it's like, I feel unsafe. And so I like to public suit where I'm able to be with my partner, because he is scary and a taekwondo instructor at one point. So that's important, is safety when out public suiting. But not so much that I haven't suited because I feel unsafe, but mostly because I'm just so goddamn busy. Do you have plans to vend at any more cons this year? Dylan, hit him with con plans.
Yeah, so we'll be heading to Stratosphere in June.
Very excited.
Early June.
Very,
and
very
then
excited.
A little bit into July, we're going to be going to Anthrocon. Those are the only two confirmed as of right now, but a lot of the cons that are going to be held later in the year, we're still waiting for the applications to even open and then apply for them. And we are, fingers crossed, waiting to hear back from Megaplex, I believe. So
I'm really excited for Megaplex. We had so much fun last year. The den staff was so nice and like so incredibly like professional and on top of their shit. It was a real pleasure vending for Megaplex.
yeah, I had a great time at Megaplex. I really want to get out there this year.
You should come to Brazil Fur Fest. I have heard Brazil Fur Fest is a blast, but definitely traveling to out of the country conventions is more difficult for us.
Yeah, just logistically planning a trip that far can be pretty tough.
How do you guys do that fur stuff? It's so smooth. I'm so jealous. It is just a lot of practice. It's a lot of time and figuring things out as you go. Have y'all ever gone to Furry Weekend Atlanta? We have not. We applied this past year, and much love to Furry Weekend Atlanta, but we did not get in. It is incredibly competitive. And we weren't able to get in this past year. I have a mission. I want to see those whale sharks, and so we absolutely will be applying again next year.
Yeah. I want to get out there. I've never been to Atlanta.
Let me see the creatures. What country are you guys in? We are in the United States, and we live in Washington State. That's not Washington, D.C., common misconception. We are from Washington State, which is, if you are looking at the United States map, all the way up in the far upper left-hand corner. That's where we live. Practically Canada. I feel Canadian like in my heart, I think.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit. I'm hoping to see you guys next year then. Fingers are crossed. Fingers are crossed. We'd really like to go, but it's one of the things that we're just so crazy busy. It's hard for us to get out to a con unless we're working the con.
I love your work. Right now I'm repairing my Arcanine head while watching this motivating live stream, but hope you could go to AFC in September this year. I don't believe we're heading to
What is AFC?
Another furry con?
Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs.
Yes.
That's what another furry con is. This the one that's doing a prehistoric theme this year. We do want to apply to vend at that convention. I have not seen if applications have opened yet. Ooh, wow. That's gorgeous. That turned out really beautiful. Thank you, Darby.
You are welcome.
Check that out. We're doing these super
They're open.
cool. We should handle that later.
Yeah.
We're doing these super cool, like embroidered inner ears for the hellhound. We're doing it's a little gradient kind of thing. We're doing the orange on the bottom, and then it goes up into yellow, and then it's hard to see on the camera. You can just see it when like the light catches it. But it's got little black markings that go all the way up. And I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be subtle, and I'm kind of really digging on it. Very content with how that turned out. I was like, how do we add some more funk and some more spice to the ears? It's like, do I want a more like pattern in more fur things, or like, I feel like we could kind of go for like because it's the famine themed hellhound. I kind of want to go for like a play on the milk and honey bit. You know, it's biblical, it's relevant. This is going to be such a beautiful tail. I'm really excited for this one. Very subtle, very fun.
Okay, looking through my notes to see which ones we wanted to apply to.
Yeah, I know. There was a couple that I sent in to do that I saw open. There was Furvana, that's the one on the coast. And then there was another Furrycon.
Which is we need to apply. Apps are open. I'm going to mark it down. And then I just checked for MFF. I don't think they're open yet.
No, they're going to be a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Which makes sense. They're out in December, so.
I wish we could I wish cons did like an email list thing where it's like, do you want to be notified via email when our application's open? Yes, because I feel like it's so hard. It's so hard.
We also have to make sure that we look. What was the one that opens like their apps super early? Is that's
Texas
TFF?
Furry Fiesta?
Yeah.
They opened them, I believe, in September this last year.
Okay, so we should check September for TFF as well.
Kimono Mimi. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Kimono Mimi is kind of just like Furry Light. It's just cat girls. And I'm into that. I love that.
Yeah, shout out to the cat girls.
Shout out to cat girls. Where would we without you? Would you say, Dylan, that you're more of a cat girl or more of a puppy girl?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Cat girl, bro.
I love that. Darby, how about you? Are you more of a cat girl or a puppy girl?
I think cat girl.
Lauren, how about you?
What?
Are you more of a cat girl or a puppy girl?
I think I'm a cat girl, but other people have called me a puppy, so.
I definitely am going to. I'm going to agree with I think you're a cat girl.
Okay.
I'm a puppy girl in an office full of cat girls.
Boo.
That's a bad time.
Boo.
I feel like being a puppy girl or being a cat girl is not a choice that one makes. I feel like it is just an intrinsic part of your soul.
I was born this way.
I was born this way. Assigned cat girl at birth.
It's on my birth certificate.
What is that?
Hey, that's still in
Signed
my glove box.
Cat girl at birth.
Don't say that.
No, what are they gonna do?
Whoa, welcome to the party. It's so nice to see you.
What are they gonna do? Come into my glove box?
Get you.
Wait. Oh, 20-pound box of polyfill. What would I do without you? probably just get smaller amounts of polyfill.
And cry.
And cry. I'm a fox girl. Just popping his hi. Hi. I think I'm a cat boy. I love that for you. I love that for you.
You chose correctly. Good job. Proud of you.
We debating in chat whether or not we're cat girls or girls.
Is there like subgenres?
There are. There's like black cat, orange cat, like Doberman, golden retriever.
Are there other species, or is it strictly just cat and dog?
So dogs get breeds, cats get colors.
Well, I think Darby's asking if there's like other animal options.
Options that I could be?
Yeah. Yeah, I think like deer girl is a thing.
That's the one I feel mostly related
Yeah.
to. I'm very skittish, and I have to leap over everything, even though it's not necessary.
I was about to say, you kind of have prey animal vibes.
Yeah.
I'm Mermaid Man.
Mermaid man.
How's it going, Happy? What's up? Welcome to chat.
I'm mermaid. Man.
Yeah, Mermaid Man. Ballin', bro.
I'm glad that we're all finding identities that we vibe with.
The invisible boatmobile.
Not doing your one.
True. Shout out to the worms.
How'd you get such awesome friends? I don't have any because I am the way that I am. I pay them.
Yeah, step one, pay me, and then I'll come hang out with you.
They're the greatest friends ever.
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want me to do? You want to go out, bestie?
No, it just kind of happened. I knew Lauren for many, many moons before I ended up hiring them. But Dylan and Darby, I just hired them off of Indeed, strictly based off of vibes. None of them had even like seen a fursuit before in their lives. And I'm like, he seemed cool. I hired him. And here we are, like what, 2.5 years later?
Yeah, we're getting close.
We're
Getting close to 3.
it's going all right.
Wow.
November, it'll be 3 years.
Yeah.
That's like crazy time. It simultaneously feels like no time at all, but also like forever,
It feels
if that
like
makes sense.
we just graduated high school together. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
I personally resonate with Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Same. I feel you.
Dylan's feeling seen right now.
Yeah, very seen, in my element, you know.
What is
welcome
your
back,
favorite persona
Victoria
species?
Darkcross.
I really like Dutch angel dragons. I think they're pretty fun. I like how busy they are. I think I just appreciate busy designs. But not like busy in the sense that it's like cluttered busy, like busy in like a very cohesive sense. I feel like Dutch angel dragons just like fit that niche very well. Hired, I thought this was some kind of very large community and you guys getting ready for a FurryCon. You're a company, what kind? Yeah, so no, we're a company. We are Spilled Grape Soda. We are a fursuit like manufacturing company out of Washington State. It's like this is all of our full-time jobs, you know, we'll work here. And it's pretty lucky. I feel pretty darn lucky that my job is come into work and make arts and crafts with my friends. Like, I don't think there's a lot of people that get to say that, and I think that's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be at. I love 3D printing and hate my 3D printer. Yep.
I feel like that is a very universal 3D printer owner experience.
Spot on. Nailed it.
As someone who owns a lot of 3D printers, yeah.
Lag is so bad. I'm at 192.
Oh,
No, dude. Yeah, you said what? You said like you're in New Zealand?
Oh my goodness.
That's far away. You said the lag's always bad everywhere, always.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
1912. Oh no, that's way worse. that's 10 times worse. That decimal really messed you up there.
That must be expensive. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that costs money to make money. Never really know how true that is until you become a business owner.
This damn printer is so expensive to keep working. I hate it, but it's also my precious little baby. Yeah.
The bases are so squishy. Definitely my favorite out of tons that I've tried. I'm so glad that you like them. We definitely enjoy the foam that we use. It is lighter, and with how quickly heads can get like really, really heavy, we definitely prefer a bit of a lighter foam. And then I also like the density. We've definitely had some people complain that the density is too light. But I've worked on a lot of like other makers foam bases that are like significantly denser, and I enjoy our density of base.
I must keep creating. My bones yearn for the silly. Yeah. That's pretty based.
I looked up and read that and went, bones?
Bones? Someone just came in chat and said, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Personally, I think yours is perfect. When they are too dense, they are not as pleasant to work with. Yeah, that's been my experience too. That's why we use the foam that we do. We are experimenting with what it would look like to add a option for like denser casts to our listings, because we definitely do have people that are like, these are really light and squishy and I love them and they're perfect. And then we have people go, these are really light and squishy and I hate them and they're wrong. So it's definitely a polarity of people who really, really enjoy the fact that they're very, very soft and lightweight, and people who do not enjoy that so much. And so we are looking into the possibility of adding a additional option rather than like changing it to a denser foam to cater to a smaller crowd, considering looking at offering like 2 different types of foam, but I haven't fully thought through how that will work yet. I have purchased the foam to experiment with it, have not opened it, and have not thought through how that will work yet, but it's on our radar.
Chat, I look up. Why are y'all talking about eating fiberglass? What are y'all doing? What's going on here?
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's bad for you.
Y'all
That'll
need to
make your
calm
tummy
down.
really hurt. Really hurt. Don't do that. Ooh, I love your suits so much. I've also ordered some from you once or twice. Aw, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Happy says we are hungry.
There's so many other things to eat that aren't fiberglass insulation. Eh. Gross.
That pink stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Wall
my
cotton
fault.
candy.
I brought up a fiberglass suit.
I'm pretty sure it's the
Don't
stuff
do
that's in our
that.
ceiling.
What's wrong with y'all?
It's like cotton candy, that's what I just said!
Spicy cotton candy. Yeah, Happy gets it.
Do y'all do cat furries? We do cat furries. Absolutely. What did you do before you started making masks and stuff? That is a great question. I actually started my company, and I mean, I've been making fur everywhere. I've been making fursuits since like 2018.
Didn't know that.
And while I was going through college, I really started taking it a little bit more seriously. But as soon as I graduated from college, I started doing this as my full-time job. But previous to that, I've worked in tech. I've worked, oh gosh, some very basic like fast food jobs, you know, nothing exciting. I got to be a blacksmithing instructor for a while, and that was pretty fun. I think that is probably second only to this job. One of the most fun jobs that I've had is teach blacksmithing for the Boy Scouts of America. Good shit. I've also just been a camp counselor. You know, it's like jobs that you get when you're young, you know, are the jobs that I've had. And then now I do this. Is that a commission behind you? If not, how much would it cost? So this is a pre-made suit. I don't currently have a price yet. I generally figure out like how to price it once it is finished based on like how I feel it's turned out, and I kind of like add up all the hours and the labor and all the stuff that went into it. But definitely expect this suit, it'll be a partial by the time it's done. It'll be head, hands, tail. Expect it to be anywhere between 7,000 to 8,000 USD. It's pretty cool. I'm really excited. It's gonna have removable like horns on the top that you can pop on and off for travel. We did these today. It's a little hard to see. When it catches the light, you can see it. They're really funky, embroidered, like honeycomb-esque inner ears that we've got going on. It's gonna have a funky mohawk. Yeah, no, it'll have eyelids, all that good shit. I'm really excited for it. It'll turn out well.
Is there a reason that you prefer polyfill feet paws instead of foam paws?
I've done foam paws. I don't like them because I feel as though they're heavy. I used to make my paws when I was baby fursuit maker, just starting out. I used to make them out of foam. And then I had a aha revelation moment when I purchased feet paws from someone else and they were fully stuffed and they felt like a little hug on my feet. And I'm like, this is the best way to do this. And so since then, that's just how I've been designing my feet paws. Beyond that, it's like, that's like my decision for why I build that way. I just think they are more comfortable and I dislike how heavy foam feet paws are. But also from a like pattern making standpoint, because we produce a lot of like patterns to help other people make their own suits. For a lot of people, like carving foam is really, really difficult. And so they find that stuffing is a lot easier than having to like hand carve foam and stuff. And so it also helps people who are newer find fursuit making a little bit more accessible.
Pancake Squirrel, you say that the suit's making you hungry. Based on our previous conversations, I just think you're hungry. I'd go grab a snack, bud.
I want to make a little lap through the kitchen, see what happens, see what you find.
Have a good one, Starry Boy. Sorbet the Starry Boy. Why is that text so small? Have a good one. Are we like nervous about people knowing the sorbet part or something? Secret sorbet.
Secret
That's my favorite
sorbet.
kind of sorbet.
Mm-hmm.
I hope there's secret sorbet at my house right now.
I hope there's like known sorbet at my house. I want to know about it.
Well, yeah, I don't know if there is in my house right now, so my last hope is secret sorbet.
That could be sorbet that is secret. Your odds are looking really good with the information provided.
Although I just got these vegan popsicles that are so good. Popping off.
That does sound pretty yummy. I have been so impressed by vegan food in ways that
awesome.
I would not think to be the case. It is so yummy.
Had a full week now of eating only vegan. It's gone fantastic. And genuinely, like I feel like when I thought about switching over to vegan, that it was going to be a much tougher switch and that I was going to like lose a lot of my favorite food, something like that. But it's been such an easy switch over. Like, I don't feel like I've lost anything. I just kind of change up how I make certain things.
I will say
And it's
one of the
great.
things that I have found not to be as good with vegan options is the cheese. It just
Yep.
it's yummy. Don't get me wrong. I would not call it cheese.
I went out and when I whipped up some like vegan burgers Saturday, Sunday, whatever, I got vegan American cheese, and it's like it melts well, you know, like little cheese slices, but it definitely doesn't taste like
Cheesy.
a ton like cheese, but it's still it does what you want out of cheese to be added on a burger. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you kind of just mix all the vegan ingredients together, and then it's like that's absolutely close enough to a cheeseburger.
Yeah. No, I really like veggie burgers. I really enjoy a good like black bean burger, I find.
Yeah, those are good. The most shocking one was I tried a vegan corn dog last night. That was just better than corn dogs.
I got a text at like midnight. And like, dude,
if you call it now my corn dog each time like that, but okay.
This vegan corn dog is better than any corn dog I've ever had. I'm like,
to be fair, I didn't get home from work until what, like 10 last night?
hey, it was about 10:30.
10:30 I get home, and then I had to work out, and then I had to shower, and then I could make dinner. Okay, guys.
So with the context, midnight, 12:30, that was an appropriate corn
I'm
dog
not like
time.
waking up at 11:30 p.m. like corn dogs. Like that's not how I operate.
Did you get your fur from Howl Fabrics? Some of our fur is from Howl Fabrics. Some of it is from Big Z Fabrics. It just really depends. Alright. Nip any stray threads.
No such thing as an anti-furry. You're only pre-furry.
Based.
I like that. Yeah, food is so much better without meat. I agree. Pancake squirrel.
Tiny little loose threads that have...
You've never had a corn dog?
through.
What are you doing?
Are corn dogs like a very American thing?
They have the Korean corn dogs that are really good, that are different, you know?
I'm not sure I'd call those corn dogs, though. And is that just
those
like...
are corn dogs.
Is that
They're just different.
like Korea went, yo, corn dogs, and then
You know
made...
what? Yeah, I'll get these
I don't know.
answers. Heads
There you
up,
go.
everyone. We got
There's
about
one.
35 minutes.
Wow.
Corn dogs where
Yeah. Who did corn dogs? That feels like a very
that feels American.
American
Yeah, that's an
thing.
American thing, for sure.
You know what we should do? Take a hot dog, put it in the batter, deep fry it.
Yeah, it says the origins are unclear, but
Probably-
it was likely
probably
German
here.
immigrants in Texas.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes
Right.
the
Yeah, it sounds
most
right to me.
sense ever. Like, I don't even got to look into that. I'm going to call that fact.
We
but
gotta fit in with local culture. What do these people do?
They fry everything.
Fry everything, put it on a stick.
Bring out some of our dogs, bro.
Does your company do worldwide shipping? Absolutely. If you pay to get it there, we will make sure it gets there. Absolutely.
And that's how, you just get along with everyone around you. Come in, start frying stuff. Americans are all about it.
Your culture? Your cultural food?
Fry it.
Deep fry.
It's
yeah.
American now. That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. All right.
I picked my name at 13 based on a book of mythical animals. And Pancake Squirrel was in there? Like,
Metal.
that's so cool. What books do you read, dude? But those who love me call me Pancake. That's rad.
I'm so afraid of this right here. I'm putting it here.
That's why I put a lid on.
Do you have a recommendation for a favorite shaver to use? The first shaver I ever bought was an Andis Pet Pro dual speed, and I use that saber to this day. I love it. It works great for me. It's a little expensive, but it's definitely worth the price. Just ordered from Howl, and it was so expensive since the currency switched to Canadian. 117 USD is 169 Canadian. Yeah, that is pretty rough. But Howl is not known to be the budget option for fur, for sure. For fur, for sure. For fur, for sure.
Fur.
Their stuff is definitely incredible quality, though. I always highly recommend Howl fabrics if you are on the hunt for very, very nice quality material.
It was a drawing book that had the pancake squirrel. That makes more sense. I thought you were about to drop some heavy mythical animal lore about like the legendary pancake squirrel, and I was like, hit me with it, dude.
Dylan was ready.
How did you get into fursuit making? It seems interesting, but I wouldn't know how to start. I opened up my phone and went to Indeed.com. I wanted to look for a new job, and I clicked on whatever this is, and here I am. Sarah, how did you get into fursuit making?
My little sister came up to me one day at after school in high school, and she's like, "There's these people, and they dress up in animal costumes, and they dance, and they party, and they hug each other, and it looks so much fun." And I said, "That's the most stupid fucking shit I've ever heard."
Cringe.
That's so dumb. But I am a good big sister, if nothing else. And I wanted to make sure that my sister wasn't getting wrapped up in weird shit. And so I did my own research, and I looked into the furry community and realized that it's weird shit, but like the fun kind of weird shit and like the cool kind of weird shit. And I just it went from there, you know. And I had someone in high school that I knew that really wanted a fursuit, and I said, "Hey, if you cover materials, I'll make you one." And it looked like shit. And then I tried again when I was in college, because I'm like, man, I learned a lot since then. I've done a lot of research on this topic, and I feel like I can do better, and I'm sick of not being able to pay for my books and eating top ramen every night. And so I tried again, and I sold that one for like $500 or something. It looks really good. It was a significantly massive improvement, and that suit is actually still like running around and being actively used today. It's still a really, really cute suit, really pretty costume. And then I did another one, and that one sold for $800, which was really exciting. And then people were like, "Can you make my character?" And I did that. No, it was, and it kind of went from there. And then COVID hit, and college said, "Get out of the dorms, go home." So I did that. I went out of the dorms, I went home, and all my lectures were online, and I just kind of listened to my lectures and sewed a bunch while I was listening. And then in my senior year of college, Disney said, "Hello, move to Florida and work for our costume department." I said, "Okay." And so my professors were thankfully really cool, and they allowed me to continue doing college online, which was very nice. And I went and I worked for Disney and their costume department in Florida. And then I'm like, wow, Florida's a fucking armpit. So I moved back to Washington. Florida weather, I was not built for Florida weather. I am too pasty. And so I moved back to Washington. I graduated college. I got to walk. I was graduated with all my friends. It was great. And I had the tough decision. I had a certificate that said, "You have a big fancy boy degree." I could go into employment and use my big fancy boy degree at a big fancy boy real job, or I could take the leap and continue to make silly animal costumes for a living and cross my fingers in the realm of being self-employed. And I decided to take that risk and make that jump. And within 5 months of being self-employed, it was blowing the fuck up, and I had to hire people. And that's where Dylan and Darby came into my company. And I hired them just on Indeed because I liked their sick vibes. And then we've grown and gotten bigger, and now we have our own office, and we feel like real business people go to the office every day to work, and it's good. It's good stuff. Did you make your sister a suit / part of a suit now that you make them professionally? That was one of the very, very first things when I started getting decent at suit making. I think it was probably my 4th suit that I ever made. I made my little sister a suit for her 16th birthday. Her 16th birthday gift, I made her a fursuit. Trying to make sure the stuffing is like even and feels right.
Is there anywhere we can ask questions about making fursuits? You've come to the
You've
right
come
place.
to the place.
Let me know. Hit me with it.
All right.
This week we've been cleaning the studio space, which is just the entire living room of our apartment that I hadn't paid. I'm endlessly jealous of your space.
It is definitely deluxe having a larger space for sure.
Yeah, we'll be moving soon.
Yeah.
Head into a new and
New
bigger
improved.
and better spot.
It'll still be a while though.
Yeah, got some time. It's in the works.
That's so cute. Is your sister still active in the fandom? I've always been more active in the fandom than my sister ever was. My sister's kind of like active when I go places and am active in the fandom. She doesn't really like engage in furry outside of me. But like when we go places, yeah,
they bring their
my
suit.
sister will come to the con and
They like
suit
to
at the
suit up
con and play around. Are you going to Furlandia? I can't remember. Unfortunately, we will not be at Furlandia. We were waitlisted for the dealer's den and have not yet heard back. They have such a small dealer's space, so I totally don't blame them. But probably not this year. Probably not.
Yeah, every day it gets more and more unlikely that we'd be able to make it out to something like that with not as much time available for it. And we have some pretty big cons coming up here, sneaking up right up on us, and so it's probably good to really direct a lot of the parts that we have available for those. We're very excited for Stratusfur, and then Anthrocon's huge, as you all know, so we got to be really prepared for that. We also have a good space there.
Yeah,
so.
I'm equally nervous and excited, I think, for Anthrocon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big deal. It's big deal.
Lot. But the taco place has vegan tacos, so we're okay,
that's what
guys.
counts.
I don't have to miss out on taco day. Whew. I know you were all sweating over there. Thinking about joining the furry community /fandom, but I don't know how to first start off between posting furry content and making fursuits. To your opinion. If you're wanting to join the furry fandom, just probably engage with the more furry spaces online. Join our Discord. Is a great spot to start. People share art there, all of this good fun stuff. I might be a little biased on that though. And then, yeah, you just kind of meet furries and talk to furries, find new spots to talk online, see if there's any local meetups, see if any events going on. Washington actually has a few like furry bars and cafes and stuff like that. So there's like places to go that are specifically furry themed. And then go to conventions. Find your local con. See if you're able to go and make it out there. Cons are a really fun, special spot to meet up with other furries.
I think also like joining Facebook groups is an unconventional but like very, very good way to connect with local furries. There's like always, I feel like, a furry group for your local area. We have like a bunch of like Washington State furry groups.
Any advice on making a mohawk or ears for fursuits? I'm making a punk protogen. That's rad.
That is pretty sick. There's a bunch of different ways to do ears, and we actually did a Patreon class a few months back covering the variety of different ways to do ears. Hair, though, it's like, it depends on how intensive a mohawk that you kind of want to get going. Sometimes if it's like really, really big, you may benefit from like a foam core. Otherwise, think of it like a tail pattern. Instead of like making it tail shaped, you make it like hair poof shape and you sew it to the head. It's just a 2D pattern, you know, it's nothing crazy.
Where is Furry Cafe?
We do not make skull dog masks, unfortunately. Do you sew and glue the ears on first and then the face? It kind of depends. Generally, we'll glue the ears down and then the face. Sometimes that gets swapped around. It doesn't super matter the order, I've found. I'm moving to a new office soon, and I'm not looking forward to having to move all my stuff. I have moved office a handful of times now, and will have to move office again next year. And it's definitely an excursion. There's nothing easy about it.
When you're moving because you're running out of space, it only guarantees that the next move is going to be that much worse.
Yeah.
Got nothing furry based out here, so every once in a while you see some furries at cons possibly, then that will probably be a good spot to start, is trying to get out to some of those conventions if you're able to. Thank you. Is your Patreon link available? I'd love to subscribe. Yeah, let me get that for you.
So if you want to access past classes, we remove the class at the end of every month on Patreon. That's what we've determined to be the most fair to like long-term subscribers. So if you do want to have access to old classes, they are available for purchase individually. And I think that's kind of handy. You have the choice of either being on the tier and getting the month-to-month class, and then all of the other perks that come with being on a Patreon tier, or you can have like perma access to a class by just buying it individually, but you don't get all the other like on tier perks that you would get otherwise. But yeah, there's options, there's choices.
Okay, well, I was gonna grab that Patreon for you, and it just kept saying error, and then opened up the app and then signed me out of Patreon. So just look up Spilt Grape Soda Patreon on Google. You'll find
up.
it. Yeah. Are they purchasable on Patreon or your online shop? The classes are listed on Patreon because we host a lot of the classes on Patreon. But we also have tiers if you want to join live classes once a month and a whole bunch of other stuff there too.
Fursuit classes are super good and worth it if anyone's on the fence. Thank you, Critter Workshop. I super appreciate it. I love teaching. I love sharing like fun information. I think one of the like coolest jobs I've had outside of like fursuit making was being a camp counselor, and being able to like take campers on walks and teach them cool stuff about nature and critters. And I love that shit. I love teaching people things. I've also worked at a wildlife reserve and was able to spend a bunch of time like teaching people about little critters. And I love teaching people, and I was super, super excited to be able to incorporate that into my job as like a regular part of my duties. So I have so much fun teaching my classes, and I'm so happy that they benefit people and people find value in them.
I had no idea that ads still ran on streams. Yes. I don't watch a lot of Twitch personally. I'm usually over on YouTube, and I pay for the no ads on YouTube thing, all that good stuff. But on Twitch, I try to open up a stream and it's like ad banner comes from the top, ad banner comes from the left. It zooms out my screen to play an ad that's just like, we'll be right back. It's not advertising anything. It just says we'll be right back for 3 minutes. I the other day had 9 30-second unskippable ads while watching somebody on stream, and it's insanity on Twitch. Like, it is genuinely, we just go with all the auto settings, and that's what Twitch recommends. They apparently have a complex, smart algorithm to decide what's the right amount of ads. So we just let that run it, because the ads, do support us and do help us and everything. So we want to make sure we keep those on. But yeah, from viewer experience, I've been there where I'm trying to watch one thing on a stream for like 2 seconds to tune in and be like, what's going on here? And it's like, actually, you can find out in 6.5 minutes.
Awful.
And then it opens, and then another ad comes in. It's, dude.
How do you stay motivated and not rush yourself so it's just done? Two separate questions, two separate answers. I stay motivated because this is my full-time job. I have to do it. Or like, one, my rent doesn't get paid, right? And it's like, I not only have like personal rent for where I live, I also have like the office rent. And it was different when it was just me being self-employed by myself, but now my ability to like lock the fuck in and get shit done isn't about me anymore. And it's not just about my clients anymore. It's about like the livelihood of my employees. If I don't lock in and like do shit, my employees' like livelihood could be affected, right? And so it's like, that's very important to me. And these people rely on me to remain motivated and get shit done and keep moving forward and come into work every day. And so I think that is a huge factor. But on the topic of rushing yourself, so it's just done, I find that when I work quickly on something, it turns out poorly. And I am a chronic perfectionist, for better or for worse. And I get really, really upset if I am like coming to the close on a project and it did not turn out to the level that I know is like what I can do. It like fell below that because I rushed. The two bunnies we made a while back, we tried to make them a little too quick to get them to go to a couple of cons that we were trying to fit them in for, and we went way too fucking fast, and had the faces glued down, and I was getting eyeliner ready and all of that shit, and they were going to be done for these conventions, and I was so incredibly dissatisfied with the way they look because I didn't take my time, and we ended up like completely restarting. We like ripped the face fur off, we completely tossed the ears, and we restarted the bunnies from scratch because I was dissatisfied with how they turned out. So I just value what my work looks like completed, because that is a reflection of me and my company and my employees. And so I don't rush stuff because I know that I will like only serve to like let myself down. Do you do floor dragger commissions? No, we do not. We have some like tail commissions that we offer on a revolving basis, but those are only for the patterns that we currently have available. So we have like feline tails and canine tails in a couple of different patterns. And then I think we have nubby tails too. Ooh, yes, and foxtails. We also do have a custom foxtail option available. Thank you for reminding me. We do. We also have like a variety of different types of custom feet paws we do as well. We don't currently do custom hand paws, though there is a demand for them, and that may change someday.
It's pretty hard to say like how long it takes with the way that we do our process. But if you were to give a rough estimate, between full suits and partials, what do you think it's probably about how long it takes?
Gosh, I don't feel like confident giving an estimate for a full suit off the top of my head.
It's tough.
Because that can, the bigger the project becomes, the wider those numbers become and the less accurate I can like give estimates for them, because it is really like super duper boils down to the design. But generally with partials, which is what we make the most of in the office, which is head, hands, tail, anywhere from 250 to 300 like hours of labor is what goes into them.
Someone just joined in and said Rye, and I'm like, is that you, Rye? Hello? Or is this, are you just talking about Rye? Are you his friend?
What species, what is the species you haven't made but would want to? I really want to make like a Nano Kit or like a Shark Dog or something where it is dog and shark combined. Because I really, really want to make like some funky fins and like a cool fishtail.
Ah. I think you said I just walked in. And if that's the case, then welcome, our friend from Poland. Yeah, full suits are very, very dependent on the design, how complex the suit is, how much like hand sewing needs to be done. It can be a lot. Okay, I'm gonna keep translating here, but I also feel like you understand English if you're replying to me. So this is dependent on how much longer our conversation goes. Okay. Wait, how does that possibly?
How is the shave so clean? Lots of practice. It's
Well,
mostly just like a lot of practice.
It's Portuguese, I think, but not this full sentence. Okay, it's just the highlighted words. I think they just said you're pretty, Sarah.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're
Thanks.
saying.
I know the last one. So that one.
Do you feel bonita? I feel bonita.
And blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, all of the above. All of the above. It's definitely, fursuit making is one of those things that there is so many different like skills that go into fursuit making. It's not just sewing. It's not just sourcing materials. It's not just like patterning. There's so many cogs in this machine that are like so incredibly different from one another and require to develop very, very different skills. And it's because everything is so different, it's just something that over time you improve upon and you learn better ways to do stuff as you go. And it's tough and it just takes a shit ton of time. So we didn't actually make these ears. These ears are made by Anthro Aesthetics. They are super duper talented and I love their work. We do not make headband ears. We just wear them because they're cute. Is that white on the tail Floteki fur, by the way? No, this is not Floteki. I do have a tail with Floteki here in the background. This is Ivory Floteki from Owl's new drop on this one. The one I have on this one is a monster shag, I believe. I wanted to, or is it monster or is it gorilla? I think it's, I'm not sure. Maybe either one of those. I wanted it to match to the shag that I used up here on the top texture-wise, so that's why I opted to use that fur here instead of Floteki, even though I do have a lot of Howl's white Floteki. When they started stocking it, I was so fucking tickled pink. I was so excited. I wanted to ask if the fur in the middle of that head is a black or a gray charcoal. Yeah, so this one here in the center is going to be charcoal, and then on the edges here and then on the ears, that is black. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate on camera.
Do you think that guy's cool?
I hope that when I grow up, I'm as cool as he is.
Yeah, same. Remember, guys, we got nothing else to offer but noise, so be as loud as you can.
I'm gonna get a few yards of it with my next order. It seems great for tails and chest flaps. Yep, that's what I got it for, is a bunch of tails and a bunch of like fluff here. I got it as an accent fur because the last time I was able to buy Floteki was many, many years ago. And so it was very exciting to me to see it come available again.
I will conveniently acquire several grand and no questions, right? Yeah, man, where you get that? That's not my problem.
Wow. I love this. That turned out absolutely fucking beautifully. Gorgeous. Exactly what I wanted.
Beautiful work.
I love messing around with like long furs. That's my favorite shit. Look at that. That's so cool. Doesn't that look so sick? That's so sick.
Yeah, that does look really good. I like that.
I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, that's sick.
Okay.
Beautiful tail. Straight up want to eat that tail.
Don't
You guys
eat
are
it.
just out of
Don't
control,
eat it. That's
man.
microplastics. Don't eat that. That's bad for you.
Is the character bee themed?
The character what?
People are wondering if the character is bee themed, and now that I kind of look at the colors and the hexagons and all that kind of stuff, I'm kind of picking up what they're putting down.
Maybe. That's the beauty of pre-mates. When I start them, I don't know where I'm going either, and we just kind of end up here. That's why I don't allow people to like pre-purchase pre-mates in any way, shape, or form, because I don't want to make any promises about how these are going to turn out. I changed his design like 3 times,
And now he's a bee.
and this was a last-minute decision to put like a bunch of like
Honeycombs
in his ears. Right? I don't know how we got here. We're here. I'm glad we're here. It's really coming together, but I have no idea how we arrived at this point. All right.
I see bee. I love bee. Yep. I feel you on that.
Bee.
Where did you get the orange long fur?
Ooh, it is from Big Z Fabric. It is their gorilla shag.
Oh.
I am pretty darn sure.
These are the people that came and visited and brought us coffee and donuts. They're in chat.
Hi. I hope you're well. Thank you for the little treats.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you guys. What kind of fabric is the honeycomb on?
Minky. We just put some black minky and attached it to a fusible fleece interfacing to beef it up a bit, because I hate working with how thin minky is because it's a wrinkly bastard. So we put some fusible fleece on the back side to smooth it out, thicken it up, and then we embroidered on the side, and it's so beautiful, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
And everyone know we got 7 minutes.
Talk about zooming past. That's kind of crazy.
I can't take any more of you today, chat. I gotta get out of here. Talking about eating all our stuff.
Stop. Don't consume our things. Do you do creative liberty commissions? Yes, I love taking on artistic liberty stuff. Generally, we just kind of ask for like a vibe, like what kind of vibe do you like for your character? We've had people send us like mood boards and stuff in the past. And then we ask if you want like a more feminine or a more masculine character and what kind of animal. And then we'll whip you up something really cool. Hi from Pumpkin the Dutchie. Hi, Pumpkin the Dutchie. It's nice to see you. Welcome to the party.
Watch where you put those antlers, bro.
I'm trying not
No,
to
I'm just kidding. I'm just
sorry.
kidding.
Hey, is this workplace harassment? What are you guys doing back there?
No, I just forget I have antlers on.
Just stabbed
Real
over here,
furry
bro.
problems. Do you
Like
do
I'm in the
panda
UK.
theme animals? I could definitely make a panda. I've never made a panda before, but I could totally make a panda. What are you guys doing?
Making jokes that the stream definitely can't hear. Oh yeah.
I love panda. Me too. I love pandas. They're pretty cute.
Bursts into the shop and just starts munching on everything.
No!
No, stop.
Is that a commission or a pre-made? One in the background right now is a pre-made suit. It's getting there. It's coming together.
I know, there's a lot. You're good. You're good.
I love this tail. It is so simple, but it's like really sleek. I love doing short fur on like the top of a project and then like a long fur on the bottom. It's so much fun.
I was doing so good on the vegan thing, and now I'm just over here inhaling plastics. Isn't that crazy, guys?
Hey, I think microplastics are vegan.
No shot. I know everyone in our chat's done their cardio today, right, chat? Right? You've been on top of that?
Dylan wants everyone to get beefed with him.
Guys,
I can respect that.
we got summer coming up. We got work to do, everyone.
You're like Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it!
Someone in the office had to be Shia. It's an honor. Do you draw up the designs or just go with the flow?
Depends. Sometimes we primarily have other artists do designs on our behalf. And I purchase the designs from other artists. And then by the time they get to me, I kind of like work them over a bit and change them up, switch them up, change them out. And then sometimes we stick with a slightly altered version of the original artwork. And then sometimes, like in the case of the Hellhound, I completely fuck everything up and change it into something completely fucking different and run with that. And that's what happened here.
I'm gonna buy all your head bases, Dylan. No! I used contact cement today, so it's kind of like in cardio. I can't breathe.
No.
That doesn't count. I like the reply that's just cardio. Nah. It's a good thing to do, guys.
Are your commissions open? No, we are not currently open for commissions. We also do not have an estimated opening date at this time. We have head bases that we sell. They are on our Etsy store. How much are your hand paws if you sell them? We don't do custom hand paws, but we do sell them at cons. Does anyone remember how much our hand paws are?
I know a range. It's between 0 and 5 on something.
They cost some money.
I think it's like $450 and $500. That's what feels right in my heart.
Is it $450, $500, or $400, $450?
That might be it.
It's one of those. I know 450's in there.
There are some numbers,
There's some numbers.
and it is that much.
Zeros.
I hope that helps.
Yay! Good job.
I see it in my head, but the numbers aren't coming into focus. I keep saying 300, 300. That's not what that is.
I know it's
hand
not
is-
that. Yeah.
I know.
We're professionals here at Spoke Grape Soda.
I just make the thing.
And with that, everyone, that's our stream. You've all
The
been
show,
lovely
folks.
today.
Yeah, today was good.
Take it
Good
easy.
stuff.
Don't work too hard, anyone.
Or
Go do your cardio.
I'm not your mom.
Yeah, I guess. True.
All right, see you guys.
TikTok gets closed first because the cool kids are over here, right, guys? All right, take it easy, everyone. Bye.